Westminster is on fire tonight, not literally, but as close as it gets in British politics. A full-blown crisis is erupting, and at the center stands Keir Starmer, battered, besieged, and facing the unthinkable, his own party turning against him in a storm of rage over an alleged Brexit betrayal. Just hours ago, what should have been a routine day spiraled into chaos. Labour MPs, many once fiercely loyal, have thrown down the gauntlet, forcing an official vote of no confidence that could obliterate Starmer's leadership in a matter of days. This isn't just a leadership test. This is the kind of political earthquake that redraws the map. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist in this historic drama, smash that subscribe button right now, because what's coming will leave you speechless. But how did Starmer, the man who promised to steady Britain after Brexit, end up on the brink of political extinction? The answer is a tale of secrets, fury, and backroom deals. What began as whispers in the corridors of power exploded when explosive documents leaked. Late last night, these files revealed a covert new agreement with Brussels, one that, critics say, hands regulatory power back to the EU in everything from food safety to trade standards. Even more astonishing, the European Court of Justice would once again wield influence over British affairs. Can you imagine the outrage from those who voted leave, believing they were reclaiming sovereignty? For many, it feels like the ultimate betrayal. Was this Starmer's plan all along? Or did he misjudge the depth of the public's passion for Brexit? Inside Labour, shockwaves turned to open mutiny. Over 90 MPs, especially those representing leave-leaning constituencies in the north and Midlands, have declared rebellion. In some towns, local Labour officers are fielding a tidal wave of furious calls. Some councillors are even walking out. Constituents feel blindsided, convinced that the will of the people has been quietly traded away in Brussels' back rooms. And the drama doesn't stop there. The Conservative Party, sniffing blood in the water, has teamed up with Labour rebels to force the no-confidence vote. Is this the beginning of the end for Starmer, or can he pull off a last-minute rescue? Behind closed doors, tension is at a breaking point. Some sources say Starmer erupted in fury during a midnight meeting, accusing rebel MPs of sabotage and even threatening deselection. One insider called it the most volatile Labour showdown in decades. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage and Reform UK are seizing the moment, launching scathing attacks and seeing their own membership surge. In Brexit heartlands like Grimsby and Hartlepool, supporters feel betrayed, especially after learning the new deal allows EU fishing boats access to British waters until 2038. "We voted for freedom," one furious fisherman declared on live radio. "Starmer gave us shackles." With Labour poll numbers plunging and Reform UK on the rise, could Britain be hurtling toward a snap election? But wait, there's more. Leaked intelligence suggests covert meetings between Labour strategists and EU officials in Berlin, Brussels, and even the gilded halls of French chateaux. Whispers of off-the-record negotiations, secret legal frameworks, and media strategies for soft reintegration into EU structures. MI5 is said to be quietly investigating whether ministerial codes were breached. Are these just wild rumors, or is there a deeper game afoot? Could Britain be sleepwalking back into the EU, not by a public vote, but by 1,000 subtle agreements? The fallout is tangible. Labour's headquarters in Leeds was draped with EU flags by protesters. "Traitor" scrawled in angry red paint. Senior party figures are in open conflict. Angela Rayner is reportedly meeting with trade unions to discuss a possible leadership challenge, while others urge Starmer to resign before the party tears itself apart. And as public outrage boils over into protests from Birmingham to Sunderland, the Tories are plotting a comeback, promising to tear up the deal and restore true Brexit sovereignty. But with the nation divided and trust at rock bottom, can anyone really heal the rift? Least of all a prime minister in waiting who now looks more like a man on the run. Every day brings new twists. Secret funding for pro-EU think tanks, shadowy meetings in Geneva, and legal experts warning that the so-called framework for EU convergence is a constitutional time bomb. Will Starmer cling to power, or will his own party finish what the public started? The clock is ticking, the stakes couldn't be higher, and as the no-confidence vote looms, one question echoes. Is this the end of Starmer, or just the beginning of an even bigger crisis for Britain? If you want to know how this political thriller ends, don't miss a single update. Hit subscribe now, because the next chapter is about to be written, and you'll want a front row seat.